So you guys can see that the screen shows IELTS session. It's not just another IELTS session, it is IELTS open camera session. Yes. So I will be switching over my camera today and I will be connecting with all of you guys. We won't be doing our old-fashioned IELTS session. We will be doing in a different way because this might be my last session with you together. And of course, I will be back, but it will take almost 4 to 5 months before I'm back. So, said so, I would love to switch over my camera. And yes, I hope I'm audible and I'm visible. Neeraj sir, am I visible?
Yeah, you are visible.
Thank you so
Handsome
much.
boy.
Thank you so much, sir, coming from you. It's great. So, very good evening, everyone. Yes, this is D Saksham, and I am your evergreen IELTS host every Mondays. And yes, I'm the face behind the hostings, the organizations that came up in past few weeks. And today, this is our special IELTS session because today I will be connecting one-on-one with all of you. So today I will be discussing about those little and niche things that we don't usually go into. Yes, I will be discussing about IELTS, and I a lot of times says it's important for interviews as well. So why interviews? Why IELTS is related to interviews? And today we'll connecting both, bridging the gap between how I can study IELTS and how I can attain more knowledge with interviews. So let's begin with it. And before I begin, I would love to share my screen because that is our part to show. Just give me a second. Yes. So to everyone, uh, everyone knows that I've been releasing books. We have been releasing book back in the store for everyone studying. So today I'm going to show you how you can easily, first of all, get the resource package from IELTS because it is there on the channel Telegram, but it's not readily available. So now, as you can see on the screen, if you go to the resource section on our website and you just click on ebook section, you will find our ebook library. Now, guess what? There are the recent two books that we have. That is the IELTS Learners, one of the most fan favorite, I would say. A lot of people came to me. They told me how it was helpful for them. But our banger book, what I call the Speaking Learners, and that was something better, much vast. And again, guys, this is just the first edition. Don't worry. It says ebook library, and we all know libraries are filled with books. Right now, it's only two, but I promise you, within the end of this month, we'll have more. Within the 6 months, you have second editions, and so on and so forth. Apart from that, we also have our IELTS Masterclass volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. We all know previously we had Dr. Bhuvi ma'am. So they wrote it for us and has transferred it to us on this part. So now I know everyone wants to have the hands-on to the books, where to find them. Now you know. Website, resource package, ebooks. But apart from that, let's discuss about our IELTS again. That is something that kept me connected with you guys, all of you guys. So IELTS Handbook is our very base to understand about IELTS. And today I will be bridging the gap between both IELTS and in interviews. Okay, so about the handbook again, let's get a small glimpse about it. Today we have more than 25,000 community, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it and be here with you guys when you need the most. Not only that, it came from reviews from more than 1,000 students who I taught personally on EL and on in real life as well. So they told me, Saksham, sir, we need this, we need that, etc. It was my evergreen belief and I would say trust to build something for and community that I'm engaged with so much. So Neeraj sir was the key architect. This was an idea of last year when I joined you guys. You might remember from the debates and the hostings. I said, sir, we need to do something. And he said, okay, what's your expertise? And I said, sir, I can do video editing, I can do animation. I'm a computer science student myself. I'm a researcher. He said, okay, these all stuffs are being already done on EL. Website is there, and etc. What is something you want to do, especially for the students? I said, sir, why not we launch a booklet? And here we are. We launched one, we launched two, and I never said that we're done. We're launching more. I don't want to just reveal and scrum the wheels all around, but there is something more coming up. Mostly, I think today or tomorrow, you will find something new. Apart from that, why this handbook? Because this handbook is tailor-made from research coming from not only me, we have Nikhil sir here with us as well, Samaira ma'am as well, some people off the charts, such as Ganesh sir, AK sir. These have been consistently teaching on EL platform. Like it's been 6 months for me, but it's been more than an year for these people. So they know the real virtual expertise that they provide to all of you. So we can tailor make it for everyone. Now, I know someone might come and say, oh, there are so many other books across platforms. Why should we have this book in particular? Since there are so many books, and we have so many other educators, we came across the only point, the pain points of students. Vocabulary, we got it. Grammar, we got it. Phrases, we got it. Linking words, we got it. What else do you need? And everything is now packed and concise in one book. I'll be showing that one as well. But let's go through this one because this is my personal favorite book because this was the very first creation of EL. So what is all about IELTS? And today I'm sharing it one on one. So I remember I gave my IELTS examination 2 years ago and I had a solid 8 out of 9 back. The perfect score that I gained was in speaking. I had a 9 out of 9 perfect score, which made me a C2 speaker. Now that is why I'm being qualified to study and teach everyone. Apart from that, now we have started doing, I would like to present that as well. A lot of people are now asking, what is next? Is it just going to be sessions? No. As you can see on the screen, now we have also started taking our IELTS premium session. And guess what? You will find me there as well. So if you scroll down to the IELTS full course masterclass, you can have an experience to study with me personally, one-on-one every time. And for those who don't know, we did our first premium class open for all. That was on the EL main VC to give you a gist of what we are actually doing in the backend. So anyone who is excited enough to join there, and of course, I do keep my camera open and I ask you to as well. And we connect like a real test day as well. So on the fourth day of the test, our series, I'll tell you how to write the examination, how to fix your corrections that you make, or how to even solve answer keys. And we have our text experts. Guess what? We also have our mind map series coming up. So there is so much more on the premium section. And do not hesitate to have a scroll over IELTS course. That's my genre. But if you want, you can go through one-on-one conversation. This is my personal one because guess what? You can have a one-on-one conversation with your selected host admin across EL. So my personal favorite admin across EL to have a one-on-one conversation is Weirdo Ma'am. And you can find her over the public speaking section. Yes. So you can go and book an appointment with them. So I was there once with her and it is an amazing section. And there is so much more. But again, what I say all the time, this is not the ending. This is the beginning. And I'll be honest, we are literally on the tip of the iceberg to scroll down more about what expanses can EL have within it. But coming back to our booklet, IELTS, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So let's go one by one through each. Listening, reading, writing comes together in one examination. So it's a 60-minute for listening, 60 minutes for reading, and 60 minutes for writing. That is 3 hours of complete examination. I've been there, and today I'm going to share my personal experience. So first of all, you have to take your passport, and you are given, and usually it's a scorecard, board card. You have to take it with you. So the admit card, what we usually call it. So you go there on the day of the examination. It might be a hall, and you're called upon with your passport and your candidate number. You have to show that. They give you a packed bottle of water and a set of pencil, eraser, and pen. Now they will provide it to you. Guys, do not go and take your own stuff because that might be against the code of IELTS. Some centers do not give that. My center did. Now this is something is a great concept in IELTS. Many I would say the centers are very helping, very supportive, but there are so many more which are not. So you have to look forward with according to your center. Now, of course, you can keep your bag if you're carrying one outside the center or outside the hallway, which you have been selected to. Go inside. There are layers of chairs and tables, line by line, multiple rows. And there's a huge screen at the end. So take it to as in seminar where there's a huge screen and in the background there are chairs. So you will be allotted a candidate number, find your chair, sit down there with your passport and your candidate admit card. Now, the first thing comes to you is a bracket of, I would say, papers. The first slide is the answer sheet, not the question paper. They will ask you to fill the answer sheet. Now, all of you might have been appeared to one examination at least, JEE Mains, NEET, SSC, etc. So you know how we fill our credentials in that. Similarly, you have to fill your passport number, your candidate number, even the date of examination, and so on and so forth. Now, first comes is the listening. In some center, it's writing. In some center, it's reading. At my center, I remember it was reading test. So I was given a answer sheet. I solved the whole answer sheet. And then they gave me the question paper. Now, question paper will only have questions, nothing else. Questions and the questions and as well as the passages. Now, a lot of people have this concept, and I have this here with me. Let me just quickly scroll to the reading part, and we'll go through how it comes. So, in the IELTS listening, there are almost 13 types of tasks. Now, what are tasks, Saksham? Okay. You remember there were, when you were a child and we used to have scrape books, if I'm not mistaken. We used to have question answers, one word question, true and false, and so on and so forth. These are tasks in IELTS reading examination. And guess what? Tasks in reading are very similar to tasks in listening. But the difference is in the listening examination, you will be given a pair of earphones. But in the reading, you will be given multiple pairs of passages. And do not worry, our book, guess what, has its own types of questions. So we have described each type of section of question, identifying then matching problems and completion of sentences with list and passages, all 5 types. But apart from that, we have sample papers. Now, I would like you guys to have a zoom on to this section, how the actual passage are there in the examination. Now, a lot of you will find it overwhelming. A lot of you will find it difficult to understand. But guys, in my premium session, for those who are here with my premium session, they know we have made it very easy to understand. So for everyone, the pro tip is what I call SQS. That is skim, scan, and question. What does it mean? First of all, skimming means having a quick glance or a one-way gist to idea. Now, most of the time, passage has written like will be given with the title "Return of Nitrates." If not, what will you do? In that case, let's say the paragraph has subsection A, B, C, D, as we can see here. You have to quickly read it. While reading, just mention the important words. Let's say if I call someone right now, anyone from the chat, and I ask you guys to read this context, the first thing you will do is in less than 1 minute, you will find out the words that are impactful. European rails, abandoned overnight services, budget airlines, high-speed daytime routes, and so on and so forth. So within the end of our first section, you have an idea or glimpse of what you were reading. Okay, that was an introduction or the history of what the night trains were like. Then, since it is written modern sleepers, you will have an idea of how the modern sleepers trains are and so on and so forth. So this is how you have to read it. But how to answer those questions? Let's say the passage 1 questions have multiple choice question, part B, that is our true and false, and part C is our summary completion. So remember, read the question. You have skimmed the whole section now. Now you're equipped with the knowledge and the basic idea that, okay, I now know I was reading about the return of night trains. Well and good. But about the questions. Now come to the questions, read the questions one by one, look at the options if given. Like in MCQs, there's option. In true or false, there are no options. It's either a true statement or a false statement. And in summary completion, there are 2 types of summary completion, from a given list versus from the whole passage. Now, this is from the whole passage. I'll be honest, now looking at this section, it appears a bit difficult. Do not worry. Try to find the keywords. Let's say, what is presented as the main reason night trains have regained appeal. So I won't be solving the whole question with you, but I can show you night train appeal. So try to find that something from the paragraph that engages the question as well. If not, sometimes the question has been paraphrased from the whole paragraph. By paraphrase, I mean the whole meaning has been transited and changed. Okay, so in that case, simply read the options. If the options are similar to the section, it's easy for you because okay, section. Even if the main reason can be an objective written, what do I mean by that? Main reason has been paraphrased to be an objective. So what are the objective of night train, which is similar to the main reason of night train? Okay, I got the meaning now. If you found that objective word case in the section, try to relate the options. Night tracks, build exclusive sleepers. Is it given? No. B option? No. C option? No. It might be a D option. Now, there are 2 different methods of solving MCQ question. Some people eliminate the wrong options, which leads to the correct option, which is something I used to do. But I don't find it effective and efficient in longer questions. Now, again, it's only 1 MCQ and it's only 4 sections of paragraph. There are more than 5 or 6, I remember, 800 words each. So, of course, let's not go deeper into that part. But for simpler reason, we can do to find the correct answer and avoid the distractors. Because if there is one correct answer, there are three other distractors. So that is all about reading part. So once more, a quick glance, skimming part, go to the question, try to find the question. If you're done with the question, do the scanning. Now, what do I mean by scanning? Remember when I said go through the main reason of night trains? So main reason of night trains is our catch slogan, or what you call in these cases is our certain phrase that I have to find. Now, this certain phrase, try to relocate it in the entire passage. Once you do it, because you're scanning it, think again. Main reason, now I'm scanning where it is written. When you do so, try to match the answers. Simple. And guess what? You have to do this entire skimming, scanning, and questioning part for the entire section of reading. And don't worry, we have more in our booklet. We have more to understand. Four other sections with three different types of questions. And again, a passage with three different types of question. That's all about reading. Now let's discuss one of the, I would say, a bit tricky, a bit difficult task of writing. And for those who don't know, in my premium session, I will be doing this as well. Yes. So IELTS reading is considered to be difficult, but I know there are a lot of people in the VC who are very creative writers. Now, in this section, there is a boon to creative writers and there is a curse to a creative writer. There is a descriptive task and then there is a factual task. By descriptive writing, I meant that there will be a storyline given to you. In that way, I remember in my examination, I was asked the bones or curses of cosmetic products. And I felt that was a bit difficult. And I think that made me lose marks. But anyways, I did that. And in that way, I had to add more factualities to it. Like I gave example of how Kim Kardashian had her surgery done. She had two failed surgeries, but multiple corrected surgeries. And how it is affecting people's confidence, inner self-esteem. People are losing it now. And makeup, not particularly cosmetic surgeries, but makeup is also a role of in such way. I also, since I had the knowledge too, I also talked about the cosmo surgeries, which are causing damages to people, like rhinoplasty sometimes and liposuction and so on. So guess one thing. For writing IELTS, you need to be very vigilant and you need to be very smart at writing and what you're writing about. Like without knowing, I now know about two surgeries that I wrote about. Again, I'm not equipped with such knowledge, but it is somewhere that I read. So a lot of students who are preparing for their SSC examination, government examination, I know these people are very smart. You can induce this smart points of yours and write a good paragraph or passage. Now the task two within it is more about technicalities. So you might be given a whole, what do you call that, bar graph, a pie chart, a visual. So by a visual, I meant if today I show you for an example, describe this. I hope this is visible. Yes, describe this. This is a bottle, a water bottle. Now, in this section, they might give you the use case of water bottles. Let's say they might give you a bar graph that how the plastic bottles are deteriorating the planet. One bar graph about that. And one bar graph is about how actually plastic has been reduced from the industry of water bottles. Now, this seems a bit difficult. Yes. But believe me, it's not at all that difficult. Okay. While you study about writing, the first thing you come to know is I just have to read the visual given to me, understand what it's talking about, and one by one line it out. I'll share it with you. I hope we have an example of it as well. Yes. Now a sample question of writing task is here. This is one such type of data that is given to you where it is talking about countries and years. And let's read it together. It says a table is shown for the percentages of households with access to high-speed broadband in four countries in different time zones. Different timelines, 2008, 12, 16, and 24. Units, units. This is the percentage of households. Now this is why it is easy, because you have to start by writing. There are a lot of countries now equipped with high-speed broadband internet connection. But there was a time where there were a lot of countries we didn't even had the basic necessity. Now, one such country is Ireland, which had 18% of its, where the population had 18% of the population had the hold to high-speed internet connection back in 2008. Whereas there was one more city, such as Ballerona and Corvana, which had an intermediate, or you can say less than to what Irlanda had, respectively 12% and 9%. So what you have to do is in the entire writing task, you just have to describe all the countries and how each timeline can resolute their high-speed broadband. Now, one question everyone asks me is, I have 150 words, sir, and how can I just write it? It's not easily said than it is done. Do not worry. Pick one section. That is, I'm going to pick the timeline. That is 2008 because this stays static. What is changing is the percentages and the countries. So at every timeline, I will describe how it is transiting. That is, Arlanda had 18% 2008. Ballora had 12% in 2008. Corwin 9%, and Dalmere in 2008 was 4%. And so on and so forth. You can do it for 2012, 16, and 2024. This is how better you can write. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes. Grammatical mistakes are very prominent in writing section. I should not be the best judge to it because I had 7.5 out of 9. And I always remember this, that why I should have had at least one guide to tell me how to write. And you guys don't have to do things so. I'm here, Samara ma'am is here, Nikhil sir, and we have a whole group of IELTS students, IELTS scholars to teach you. Apart from that, my favorite section is writing task 2. This is just, I would say, a very basic layman paragraph. Like how we used to have essay writings and paragraph writing back in school. It's similar to that. One such example given here is some people argue that rise of remote and hybrid work will permanently reduce traffic and so on. So there is not many technicalities, data, or I would say data representation given like a bar graph or a chart. So you have to write by yourself. But remember one thing, in task 2, most of the time it's advantage versus disadvantage or yes versus no types of opinion question. You do not have to stick to one opinion. Do not stick to just a single opinion. Let's say if I think remote and hybrid work will permanently reduce traffic congestion, some people might say yes, Saksham, because when you're working remotely, you don't have to travel anywhere else. But some people would say that working remotely is reducing efficiency in workforce in the companies. That's why you see a lot of layoffs. He's correct. You need to be hybridly working in a country or in a company or in a firm. So there can be both sides of the coin. Remember, this is not 150, this is 250 words. So you can write both the sides of coin. I remember, as I told my cosmetic surgery part, I also talked about the benefits, like how people feel confident and by applying certain cosmetic products like mascara or something and something. I don't remember. I used to write so much about it. But it elevates your confidence. Again, not good for your skin. Some might be good for your skin, like the herbal products, but why to be dependent on XY products on your beauty? So you have to talk about both the sides. But again, do not ghost. I'm just giving the tips and I'm sharing more and more tips for writing. Do not ghost your checker. Why is he talking about advantage, disadvantage, advantage, and disadvantage? Where is the balancing factor to have a final answer? So whenever you end your answer, end with one side of the part. That finally, I feel like hybrid work is better than remote work. Back then I did, cosmetic surgeries are harmful for us. So that's a period point. Apart from that, let's do the final section and my favorite section, listening. A lot of people think listening is easy. I'll be honest, it is not. Because I'll tell you why. Someone like a speaker like me records a session for you and you have to listen to that session. Okay, it will be a 15 to 20 minutes of focused listening drill, as you can see, and 10 minutes of review. Now, you have to listen to the passage, like the passage he's speaking about, and you have to look at the answer sheet and write your answers and quickly correct it on the booklet that you've been given to. Now, the balance between it is you have to also mark it on the question paper given to you, and later that you have to also do it on the answer sheet. I remember a lot of people did the first thing that, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick here and I'm going to write A. I'm going to tick here B, I'm going to write B. If it's 1, I'm going to write 1 here, 1 here. And guess what? Till the end of the listening section, they had only half of it done. And once they lost one question, that's a 0 marking for them. So remember when you're giving your listening test in any of the platforms, and I just came to know interview companies nowadays are taking English tests as well. So someone texted me earlier this morning that they have a interview in an XYZ company and they have to do LRWS, learn, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Things are changing, guys, and we need to be well prepared with it. IELTS is the pinnacle of examinations across the globe. Remember this one thing. When you're preparing for IELTS, you're not just preparing for the one examination that I have to give for abroad education. You can use this knowledge of yours in your personal interviews. A lot of times you are given written interviews as well, not only for coders. I'm not talking about programmers. Even programmers later on has to give an English examination to be selected in multinational companies. And whenever you're applying for an MNC or you're applying for the top 10 companies or top 20 or top 30 companies registered to IPO in India, they ask you to write an examination in pure English. Speaking is done in interviews. Writing is done in reading. Writing is done in the section of interviews. And reading, when you're reading your contract, you need reading experiences as well because you can't read a 27-page contract. So again, it's cliche to say so, but again, to have such equipped knowledge with you, they're always good to go. So apart from that, let's read more about how to prepare for listening. First of all, a good listener is one who can retrospect what is being heard around me. So when I prepare my premium students or my students at offline centers about how to prepare for listening, the first thing we did is listen to very quick speech. So we play the speeches 1.5. Tell me 5 words that you got from it. If you couldn't understand just 5 words out of it, then you need to prepare a lot. 3, you're good. And if we tell all 5 of them, then you're perfect for the listening test. Apart from that, hyper observant. Now, a person who is hyper observant can listen, catch anything, and retrospect on its examination paper that I got what he was talking about. And the one of the worst things about listening is they paraphrase the questions. I'll tell you. Let's say I'm giving the listening test right now. If I ask every one of you that water is the key source for human livelihood. Now, I'm going to write it with you as well. I wrote water. Just give me a second. Water is key source to livelihood. Okay. Now, the second question that you see will be not about this. They will say, what is needed to live? Now, a lot of people ask, wait, I didn't heard anything about living and okay, where was it? They paraphrased it because you're listening, right? You need to understand and catch the words. You need to be very observant. I will say observant, but yeah, auditory observant. What you hear, catch the words. Water, livelihood means water is necessary to live. Hence, the answer to the question is live. That is water. Now, it might sound easy right now. Okay, Saksham, I got it. It's fine. Why you're hyper fluctuating it? Oh, it's so difficult. Now think about a continuous passage where they're describing about a place. Yes, there is a question known as describe a diagram. So they might say, on the west, when you take a right turn, comes the school. So they say, what is west to, what is right to the central square? You said west and then right, right? But what's the square and right? Okay, so that is the difficult task for IELTS. But again, do not worry. We have covered every part of that section of listening here in this booklet. And for those thinking, okay, where is this question that you were talking about section? Here it is. This was my personal favorite section. Me and Neeraj sir prepared it for everyone. This is map planning diagram labeling. So in the listening section, they will tell you how to map. They will discuss about a map. For I remember in my examination, they were talking about the city map. And there were so many things. I'll say 11 places in total. And I lost it. I'll be honest. But I don't know how I made it out. I had 8.5 in my listening, close to 9, by the way. But again, I saw a lot of people struggling with the map section. So don't worry. In our premium sections, we have a whole session for map planning. But in our booklet, we also consider to keep this as a part. But that was all about LRW. And this goes on one day in 3 hours. But now let's do the most important section. What is something we are here for? The speaking section. And again, this is my last class. That's why I'm taking so much time to describe everything to everyone. So in case in the next few months, if you appear for the examination, you might not find me. There will be other educators, but if you need that core concepts to IELTS examination, here I am to discuss about it. Now for speaking, this is something we have been doing for a long time. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Now today I will be sharing very important tips that I did. Apart from the pro EL tips, I want to share something what I did in my examination that I want you to appear for as well. And right now we'll bridge the gap between speaking IELTS to interview sections. Now for those who wants to be an excellent at interviews, carefully listen to what I'm saying. Interviews are very important section to your job, either to your job or to your examination. A lot of SSC examination, bank examination also appears for that. Let me switch off my screen share and talk to you now in one-on-one conversation. First of all is body language. Now, in the whole session, you saw this one thing. My shoulders were back and my back was straight. This is required for any sort of interview. Online, one-on-one, offline. There might be a collective interview where there are 16 or 17 people sitting and you are the one chosen. First thing is confidence that comes to you when you are there. Body language is completely assist. I remember when I was there in recruiting one of our members for my foundership back in university, the first thing I saw was body language. And I asked my associates, how will I judge someone's body language? They said the moment they enter, if they're timid, they'll be like, okay, what is this place? That's timid. If they're vivid, they will be strict. They will enter the room like a nonchalant, what we call in Gen Z term. They will be nonchalant in their walk, in their appearance. They'll sit, they'll wait for their turn, they'll stand up. And the first thing they do is good morning or greetings to you. So, guys, remember, this is how we approach to someone. A straight handshake for women. This is how you approach. Again, there might be multiple patterns to it, but this is what I learned from my interviews and from the IELTS interviews as well. So, approach is predominant in interviews. I remember when I gave my first interview for internship, there were 150 applications from my university across Europe and UK. There were so many, but for my university, I was selected for the cloud competition. And the person said, I love the way you introduce yourself. I was like, hi, sir. Good evening. My name is Saksham. And then I invited my hand in front. So, guys, louder voice, bold voice. Women, shrink voice. Okay. Shrink because you have high pitch. You have low tone, high pitch. Guys, we have high tone, low pitch. So boldness in the voice is required. When you do so, eyes should be contacted with the person. Right now, my eye contact is with me in my screen. If someone puts up the camera, I'll talk to you directly to my eye contact. Smile. Not a much smile, but a small smirk. Not a lot like, ha ha, I get it. You're not in a conference or like I would say a standing joke, but a small smirk. Okay. Do keep this one stance. Feel the room. Now, a lot of people say how to feel the room, Saksham. When I used to say this in the seminars I used to take for interviews, how should I understand? First thing, feel the heat. A lot of times when you're in a one-on-one interview or a virtual interview, your interviewer has been through multiple people like you. Remember this. For those who follow the tips, right? That tips has been interviewed a lot of time. Hi, sir. My name is this. My CV, and I've put my Gmail in the chat box. Please check. There is all there. Do something that resonates. The X factor, something like I loved about this guy. So I'll give you my tip. So whenever I used to speak in my interviews, when I used to enter, I used to say, hi, sir, good evening. Without him saying anything, I used to give a quick glance about me. I'm an AI/ML researcher right now with University of Birmingham. That is actually what I'm doing right now. And I'm also a part-time researcher with Harvard University. How was your day, sir? Because he's tired. He's tired of listening. Oh, my CV is there. My email is there. Let's take this to email. And can you talk to the HR? That's old-fashioned. How's your day, sir? He'll be like, oh, I'm good. Thank you so much. What the first thing you think is he thought about the interview. That's a good check. And a lot of people feel like it's cliche. You don't need that section. It makes a change after more than 10 to 15 interviews. Just listening to people, assessing them. It's not a one-day job. But so your first impression is your forever impression throughout your interview. The next thing, do not rush to conclusion. A lot of people are like, okay, CV, okay, this is CV. Email, it's the email. Delay. The word delay. Take your time. Can you send me your CV? Of course, sir. I'll string the CV in the chat. Take your phone, slightly open your CV, send it to him. You don't have to hurry about it. What he likes is, okay, this guy has patience. This guy has the tolerance. The next thing is with emails and a lot of stuff. They ask you what's next. The one question I loved and a lot of people try to mistake is what's next with you. They're like, I'm optimistic. I can do this. I can do that. Do your homework before going to the place you're going for interview. I did Claude. I remember Claude was struggling with MSP, multi-context protocol. Now it is there in the market. The first thing I said to them when I came to know that, of course, MSP is a term that is being used a lot by the rivals of Claude. What should I say that he should love? I said, so project management is weak in the section of MSP development. Claude can be and is right now the best in the reasoning model. We can take this stage to a better one, integrating our transformers with MCU. Now, how can I contribute? Remember to question yourself. How can I contribute? Why am I here? Why you need me? This is one thing I loved about the interviews when I read about famous people interviews. Question yourself and answer it. Because there are so many questions to the interviewers, but he has time constraint to ask you. If you answer a lot about yourself, he will understand you are the perfect material for the company. So a lot of things said. Let's crunch it down. Body language, nonchalant, smile, a small smile like a smirk. Do not just laugh or don't be straight face. A small smile. Eyes play a role. Eye contact. Eye contact to the door. When the door opens, look at the interviewer. Second thing, remember, do not jump to conclusion. Take your time. It's fine. 25 minutes, it's okay. There's no rapid fire session going here that yes or no. No, it's fine. There might be a stalemate point as well. So be relaxed, tolerating, and patient. Okay. The third thing and the most important thing is question yourself and frame an answer. And the fourth important thing, do your homework to whatever interview you're going. Now, one question that a lot of people might ask about SSC and government examination. There's so much about it, Saksham. How can I answer it? From what I have seen in my experience, they ask you about your interests and research interests. When you say something like, I'm an AIML researcher, or let's say someone is from the biology field, I'm from Sanskrit, I'm from BCom, they quickly shift their focus to that particular section. So your homework is the answer you say to them. So they will start your marking from that point. Okay, you're a B-commerce student. Oh, you're from MSc, or okay, you're from MBA. Now I'm going to ask you. So your homework will be your own field of choice of work. Understood, everyone? Now let's take a break. I want to hear more questions from people. So then only we'll move ahead with our speaking section. So now we are open to ask any doubts. Again, it can be about why this session is one-on-one. For those who joined late, this might be my last session with you guys. That's why, inspired from Pranjali ma'am, someone can say, that's why I'm taking a one-on-one session. So anyone, any doubts today, we are not unfiltered. Please. Anyone? No doubts? Somebody said, what do you do, sir? That's a very good question. I'm a university student, year 3 myself, and currently I'm an AIML researcher with my university. I'm also a part-time researcher with Harvard. And what else? There are so many things. I'm a founder as well. You can find me all over the web if you want. If you want, you can surely research about me on LinkedIn. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Would love
Sir,
to. Yes,
one doubt, one
Tejas,
doubt,
please.
one doubt. I want to get to know about you. That where from are you getting this such a wonderful confidence? Do let me know.
Confidence. That's a very good question. A lot of times people ask me that I'm a good speaker. I had good marks in English, XYZ stuff about being a good spoken English person. But how this can lead my spoken English to a good speaker? It's all about the confidence. Today I'm here with my camera on. This might be one of the 1,000th time that I'm keeping my camera on and talking to people. I've been there holding a mic in front of multinational corporations. Just a second. Yeah, multinational corporations and CEOs. Now better. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, multinational corporation CEOs. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you present yourself to the people. Now, right now, there might be some people, there's a split. People might say, I don't like the way he speaks. Some might be saying, I love the way he speaks. I'm neutral. The only focus you should have is on yourself. Okay. So the first peak confidence comes with, I am here with my microphone or my camera on with my microphone on here. That is, I am here. Not you, not someone from the VC, someone from my family, etc. So this is my position to stand and give the best. Say this to yourself that, okay, Saksham, let's say this. Tejas, stop yourself, Tejas. Say it to yourself. I will do a blast because this is my stage right now. People hear me. They want to learn something from me. They count on you. They can point finger and say, I'm here to learn from you. Those are the stakes that you are at right now. Just speak it loud. So Tejas sir, and for everyone, the key to confidence is work on yourself rather than what people think. The day you miss that concept, right? There are no people. There's a blur background and there is Saksham. There is me. There is Glister. There is Tejas standing on the stage. That's me, myself. I'll represent myself the best I can. So answer to that, Tejas sir. Okay, let's move ahead with any other questions. Else we'll begin with our speaking part. Guys, if you have any questions today, we're unfiltered, we're down. This might be the last time before like 4 or 5 months of break to see me. So if you have any doubts related to any field, you can ask me. How to develop public speaking skills, Corsa. Okay. Public speaking skills. First of all, we are all blessed to be sitting here together at English Learners. A lot of people who are studying with me, even myself, I'm not 24 hours just roaming around with microphone to learn public speaking. Public speaking by its means that you're standing somewhere, you're connecting with people, engaging with people in an interactive form. Learn to understand what people wants to hear. That is what public speaking basically means. Because there are so many speakers, but why Shashi Tharoor is one of the best? Because he can assess what my audience wants to hear from you. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it comes with experience. But to the one who has just started learning, confidence is the key to public speaking. And I just address how to be a confident speaker. So next time when you are there in a session, grooming session, IELTS session with anyone, interview session by Hartejas sir, do not just stand there. I will take part one day. Or there will be a day I'll be in the queue. Today's the day. Write your name, join queue, be there in the session. The host will ask you to come up, Gorza, start speaking. They will ask you questions, answer it. That is your first step. And that's the most difficult step. The day you understand that these people sitting with me in the VC are not here to judge, they are learners like me, then you will understand the meaning of public speaking because you'll have a hands-on experience. If I miss any question, please tag me again. Do we have any other questions, anyone? Don't worry, the chat is open alongside with me, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll be reading it. How do you manage all this stuff? I'll be honest, it is very difficult. And someone like Neeraj sir or Samaira ma'am knows, I have breakdowns. I have a hard time understanding how I can plan out my days. But it's like a man on mission. Like we have our Neeraj sir here, the man on a mission to create EL to a platform and open for everyone, multifacial, I would say, multiple websites and so many things. It's his dream, right? It's something of my dream. I want to do something for the people. Even right now, I can show you the amount of meetings I have, but I'm here to petro my time with you guys. So guys, don't worry. Managing time comes with prioritization. Prioritization is important. You have to set a priority. I want to study. I want to excel. That will be the first thing in your brain. The first thing in my brain was my IELTS session today. And I saw Pranjali ma'am. I saw, wow, she's taking it with video. I thought, wait, it is my last session as well. Should I do something? And then I called and texted Neeraj sir, let's do this. And he said, done, do it. Are you on YouTube? Soon, do not worry. And don't worry, I won't be posting alone. I'll be soon be on English Learners YouTube channel. Very soon, don't worry. You might see me in YouTube Shorts as well. I'm so sorry, Neeraj sir, for spilling the beans, but people are asking, I'm just telling them. One more question. How can I join your IELTS session? Okay, that's a very good question. You can join it via website. I'll show it once again to everyone. If you go through the website section, you have to go to the premium part. When you click on premium, just select the master class and you'll find Samaira ma'am and section. And you can also decide what you want to study from me. Like there are 4 sections of IELTS. If you want all 4, I'll try to get some time for you. But let's say if you don't want 4, you love the reading part from Saksham, you love the speaking from Samaira, and the later 2 you want to have an hands-on experience with Nikhil sir, you can select that. So it's your choice. You can independently book your appointment. Any other questions, guys? Shall we move on? Okay. What drove you to become a great speaker? Glister, that's a very good question. And the reality behind it is, whenever somebody asks me how many years of speaking experience you have, I say 10 years. And actually, it is 10 years in fact. And a lot of people don't know this. I don't come from a very good school, like the high-fi schools of India. I don't even come from a very good coaching background and all that stuff. So whatever happened with me in my journey, it was all the way me to understand that where can I see myself in the next few years. A lot of people say how you got your admission, you might be rich, all that stuff. No, I got 90% scholarship in the university where I am in right now. So it takes a lot of efforts to reach. I'm not saying I'm the alone. There are people studying in MIT and Harvard with 100% scholarships coming from India. That's true. But there are different stages and levels in life. It's just where you want to start. Some people start from a higher level and go much higher than that. Some people are very, I would say, backwarded, and it takes them a lot of pressure, a lot of efforts. I will say that was my part. It took me a lot of efforts to reach where I am today. So it's all about you. You can shape your journey. And today, I don't know if a lot of people saw the pinned message. The pinned message, you guys can again read it. The message is your journey, our guidance, your goal, and let's achieve it together. Your journey is yours, but I'm still here to support you. Your goals are yours, but I'm still here to support you. And what you achieve stays with you. A lot of people, let's say, Blister, tomorrow you just appear for IELTS examination, you got your band score, you go to an abroad education, and you forget about Saksham. I'm not saying that. A lot of people forget about their teachers. I myself forgot about my science teacher back in 10th grade who helped me to study. But it's about us making that small part of journey. And I hope, Glister, you live long. Right now, let's say if your age is 80 or 90, right now you're just around 20, 19. It's a very small part of your life that we're changing. There is so much more ahead and there was so much more behind. So we will shape this part to make something better for your future. So everyone, either work for yourself, else we are here to work for you. Okay? This is your shaping thing. Even if 1% of my conversation hits you harder today, you will then learn how to balance yourself in this world and how to appear at that level where you want to reach. And I'll say this one thing, I said it in my school seminar. A lot of people wants to achieve, but why there is only one person achieving all the time? It's because that one person right now sitting in the VC will think that I want to be at this place where Saksham is. Think about this. When I stand somewhere and clap for somebody, I just feel one thing, that I want a day that people should clap for me and I be on that stage. It's all about mindset. So to everyone, the perfect answer to achieving anything in your life is the mindset role. I can sit here on this chair, talk to you for 3 hours. That's my mindset. I've done 6 hours of hosting. Mindset. I wasn't tired. And for those people, a lot of people don't know, a tragedy happened with me that day as well. It didn't change my mindset. I didn't want to lose my chair that day, sitting there talking to you guys. It happens. Mindset. It will come to you. Rather, we'll just take few more questions. How do you grapple with it? Onlooker, there are no haters. It's all people. My job is to teach them, learn from them. And I don't know why you came up with the haters question. I've never entangled with anyone, I'll be honest. I've never met someone to say, oh, I hate you, Saksham. And in my real life as well, you might not find people saying that, because I'm very generous. Even if you come to me and say, Saksham, can you help me with anything? I'll help you with anything. Even your courses, even your career. There are a lot of people in the VC, I won't take their names. I've helped them with their careers as well. How to shape it, how to redefine it. It happens. So we'll come back with the Q&A session again. I'm going to drive back to where we were, the speaking part, and then we'll finish the session. So don't worry. Let's take a small detour. Detour is a new vocabulary. It means to go back to the same route where you started from. So let's detour to our speaking session and read more about it. Now, why interviews are required? We had I would say, a glandular discussion about it. But why speaking part is important? Speaking part is 3 sections. It's part 1, part 2, and part 3. Now, what is the new vocabulary? It is detour, DETOUR. Search about it. Okay. Yes. So part of IELTS speaking. There are multiple parts within IELTS examination. The first one is part 1, introduction. As you can see on the screen, I hope the screen is visible. Yeah. So the first thing that you read is introduction section. And it's like, hi, hello, where are you from? In my last IELTS session, we did that. Basic introduction, where you come from, when can I have your passport and all that stuff. This section remains the same for all interviews as well. Now, the second part is my personal favorite part, and this is the most difficult part. What we call it in our IELTS booklet, the long turn. Because this time you are given with a piece of paper and a pencil. You have to write stuff. You have to write the answers to Q, and then you will be given 1 to 2 minutes to speak about it. A lot of things. Let me make it easy for you. In the round two, part two, my IELTS students might know what I'm talking about. For those who are new to IELTS, in part two, you have to describe a story. Like today, we listen to prompts and how the debate prompts are there. This is one cue card with prompt. It might say, describe a time in your life where you were depressed or something like that. You will be given the question, what was the time? How did you felt? And how did you recoup? Something like that. Then you will be given 1 minute to think. The examiner will tell you, okay, now you can please take your time and start writing your answers to Q. They will also give you a choice if you're ready to answer. A lot of people say, oh, I don't need this time to prepare. I'll just speak my answer. It's fine. It's with you. I personally don't give time in my part of IELTS because I want you all to be readily equipped with all the type of answers. Now, 1 to 2 minutes for your answering. Now, this part is difficult because the examiner won't tell you when you are done with the timing. Okay. In my IELTS part two, I again and again say to you guys, it's too much time. Guys, you need to shrink on your timings. You have to work on your timings. And a lot of people hate that. Why is he continuously asking us to stop? In an interview, there is something known as attention span. If you spoke for something that you should not spoke for more than 1 minute, the interviewer just lose it. I remember something. One of my friend was giving his interview and I could see the interview going in the room. And the interviewer started yawning. That is the biggest disgrace, being there speaking your answer and someone is like, yeah, go on. I'm listening to you. He lost what I was speaking. He's lost. He's done. You are not getting the job, sir or ma'am, if you are taking so much time. And that actually happened with him. He didn't got the internship. So one thing to remember, everyone, limit to your answer and feel it. You will feel it if you're sitting with me in a room and if I'm listening to you, there will be a time I will just, my facial expression or I started scratching my head. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. This means I've lost it. I don't now care what you're talking about. I don't even care about this interview. This is actually true. So limit your timings, guys. The part three is again very easy, but it is very technical. I'll tell you why. Here you have to answer factual questions with why, how, and what if types. So what I remember, my part two was about describe about your friends. So it was describing a friend of yours who wants to achieve something. And I was talking about a friend of mine who wants to apply for these universities and etc. Then the first question of part three was, are all your friends ambitious? Now that question is very arbitrary. Like, how can I say they're ambitious or not? And for a second, I went blank and I thought, okay, what can I say now? And I started saying, okay, I have a lot of friends in my friend circle. Most of them are preparing for their examinations. So I think that is a mark to their ambitiousness. If not, their plans for their future are very constricted and they are very constructive with everything they do. Now, this answer was one of the amazing answers I did, but that was on spot. So you guys have to remember one thing. People with factual knowledge, not descriptive knowledge, factual knowledge wins in part three. People with story making wins in part two. And people with good confidence, good elevation, good presentation, bold presentation wins the part one. If you have all these three things together, you win it completely. Not only in the IELTS examination, but also in your real-time interviews as well. And do not worry, we have tips section. Some people will say, I might forget so many things being discussed in the VC right now. Tips are just similar to what I said. Sample tests are for your testing. And I said, so I would like to bring again a question. Somebody asked how to join. First of our courses, of our state-of-the-art courses is the IELTS Full Masterclass. The next one is particularly targeting different sections, speaking and writing targets. You can also go and check it out on premium sections. And last two are the listening one and the reading one. So there are not many sections to be discovered. But before we leave, we haven't discussed anything about our speaking book. Now, this is particularly for those who are writing in the chat, like how can I begin with my interview skills? The first thing you need to understand is the core of interviews, the core of speaking. The core of speaking is a good vocabulary. Intuition and everything comes with vocabulary once you have the grip to it. Fluency also comes with vocabulary. I'll tell you. Yeah. I used to struggle speaking few words. Like intonation is one word. I used to say intuition. I don't know why. And I still laugh about it. But it came with practice. And when I learned more words related to intonation, I learned from my fellow friend Tejas sir here. He taught me intonation section. And I was like, okay, intonation. And I was making that mistake by this time after 10 years of speaking English. So no one is perfect, first of all. But second, the more vocabulary you learn, the better you get at fluency. They are hand in hand. Second thing is linking words. Now, this is my personal favorite section. Linking words are responsible for making your speech at a better level, at a pace level. I'll tell you how. If I have to say a word, I was there, and in a word that it was raining. So how to take these two sentences and collaborate it? And now let's go back to your fifth grade, fourth grade, second grade, sixth grade. Teacher used to say conjunctions, parts of speech, conjunctions. And she used to say, it was a great day, but it was raining. So we are making two conjunctions and joining it with but. That's it. That is what linking words are. You link two words, two different, and I remember independent words, subordinate conjunction, and all that stuff. You don't have to go into that history. But just remember, a connector or a linking word connects two sentences and make it much more easy and understandable. Now, a lot of people might ask how to start practicing and bringing that into my speech. Linking word section is for you. We have how to prepare section. How am I readily available with words like furthermore, moreover, and although, nevertheless, none of these. These are some words. That's it. But they make your speech so standardized and so formal. People just love to hear you. So linking words are important. And I don't know why a lot of people ask me why phrases are not important. Phrases are important. There are certain things when you say them in your speech that makes a great difference. Think about it. If I would like to bring some points to it, let me just open the phrase section here so we can go through it together. Just give me a section. A second. My bad. This is our phrases section. So what do you mean by phrases and how to use it section? Let's do it together. Don't worry. Because I don't want any questions before I leave and people are like, okay, I don't know how to replicate myself in the book. Have you considered? Now, a lot of people say, let's say I want to talk that hi, let's take an example from someone in the chat who is talking. Yeah, Richa is talking. So Richa, have you been to like a cafe or restaurant like this? What is this? Have you been to and all that stuff? Just say that. Have you considered going to the cafe X or to the restaurant Y? Now let's compare. First, you're being arbitrary, you're being confused with what your sentence meaning is. Now you're solidified. Oh yeah, have you considered? Considering means have you chosen this or chosen that? Have you chosen this option as a whole? So this is a polite suggestion type case. I strongly recommend, let's say, we have Garima in the chat. So when Garima said, Saksham, should I get a coffee or should I get a tea? I'll say, yeah, you should get a tea. What is this? You should get a tea. Let's just use a phrase. Yes, Garima, I strongly recommend you to have tea or to have coffee. Now that is a firm advice. So listening to that, Garima might say, oh, that's a good way to say Saksham, thank you. And there is so much more. I would like to give one more example about delays and time management. Let's say one example, Neeraj sir wants me to finish something and I have no time to do it. So I'll say, oh my God, Neeraj sir, I'm so sorry. I couldn't finish it. What is this? This is so unprofessional. I'll rather say, yeah, due to unforeseen circumstances with my job or with my studies, my apologies, I couldn't finish that task. You compare it, being lame, speaking, oh, I don't know, I couldn't finish it, versus using certain phrases that can just elevate your speech. Not only that, that elevates your confidence in speaking itself. Think about this. And don't worry, like people might ask, okay, how to collaborate a phrase with an example? We have phrases with examples together. So due to unforeseen circumstances, the meeting is postponed or the flight was delayed. And why this case is used? To explain unexpected delays. Now, that is how you can use phrases in your day-to-day words and day-to-day life. Apart from that, we'll just go through clauses. I know it should not get boring for all. Clauses are nothing but if phrases are the dependent section of a sentence, clauses are the dependent sections. So you don't need clauses to be added all the time. We'll take one example. Clause phrase. Now, what clause phrase means? Within a clause, a part of clause that is connecting a clause and phrase is clause phrase. Do not worry. It might sound difficult. Go through the section. Because I can explain a lot of stuff, but again, I want to connect today with all of you guys. You get me? So the book is with you now. Both the books are live, but I won't just say that the book is live. Just go and read and use it for your benefit. It's now all available on the e-book section on our website. And do not worry, Neeraj sir, let me just give people a bit of prompts. We will soon be releasing our other books as well. And by soon, I said this in the beginning. By soon, I meant very mostly, oftenly, whatever words you want to add as your phrases tonight. Yes, in some time. So I'm so sorry to revealing that, but I couldn't just keep my surprise intact with me. But now, guys, that brings us to the end to a huge session together. Today was mostly me speaking. I know that because I know I cannot connect with my people, my friends, my students. Some take me as guru as well. I don't know why. But to everyone as an EL family, I can't connect with you guys very often. So that is why today I wanted to showcase everything I had packed and want to share with you guys. Again, I won't just vanish. There is something coming this Saturday, and I know Neeraj sir, we have already made the announcement. The EL courthouse is there, and I have a role in it. Don't think that Saksham is going just today. My flight is next Sunday, so I have less than 11 days, 12 days remaining, and I have packed nothing. I've been working full time for EL, full time for my research. So that's the thing. I can't promise that I'll be available for the next Monday session or any other sessions later. Now we are open for questions, everyone. Guys, now we're open for questions. If no questions, then we might have to end the session. Somebody is asking any suggestion for personality tests. I've seen those personality tests, the personality tests of EDTA and all that stuff. You can go through them, but a lot of people try to fake it. Like you don't actually tend to answer correct. If that helps, you can. But again, knowing your personality, you can't change it. You can you can add something to your personality to make it effective, but changing your entire personality entirely is something out of context. Like today, Saksham, you're talking like this. Can you talk in a different personality? That is something unimaginable. Okay, yes, Richa has some questions and I would love to answer them. How can I register to IELTS course? As I showed, let me show that again, not a problem, Richa. Everyone on the screen again. So as you go to the website, this is our English Learners website. Simply click on the premium section, the first thing you see on the phone. When you click on the premium section, you will see the IELTS course. If you're interested in some other course, you can definitely join them. IELTS course, show more, and you'll find my course here. I'm here at the full course of masterclass. Don't worry, soon I'll be also featuring myself in these courses, like only listening, only speaking, only reading. So if you want, you can directly study only one section of it via me. So I think that question has been addressed. Let me see what other questions you have, Richard. Just a second. Actually, I want to join IELTS course. Okay. It's not Saksham, sir. It's Saksham. It's okay. It's fine. It's Saksham. I don't care. It's fine. Yes, I've addressed that. One more question. If someone studied in a Hindi medium school, how long would it take them to speak fluent English? English fluently, sorry. How can I speak English fluently and confidently without translating my mother tongue? To what extent must a person study grammar in order to speak 95% of everyday English fluently? Okay, that's very overwhelming. Seeker, let's answer one by one. How much time it will take you to speak fluent English? From my experience, and I know I have a huge friend circle back in real life. A lot of them are from India, Hindi speaking schools. Do not worry. Consistent efforts in vocabulary, in fluency, and in grammar By consistent, I mean 1 hour a day for the rest 3 months. The fourth month that I will be back, or fifth month, I will see the change in you. And I'm not joking. To everyone who's coming from Hindi mediums background or their state medium background, whatever external languages you have, do not worry. 3 months is the perfect time you can speak like me better than me. But consistency is the key. To everyone, be consistent. If there's the alert for grooming session and you feel like grooming session is helping you, do join it every day. If you think IELTS session is useful for you, do join it every day. If other sections you think sessions are required, do join them consistently. You will see changes. And I've said this, I know a few people, like I can see in the VC, Priyanshu, I know Raji, I also know Onlooker. There are so many more names I'm not taking right now, I'm so sorry. These people were there in my session once. And I saw this one thing, that they consistently improved every next session we met. Because, of course, they might be learning what I said. They went to the material, the books I told them to, the IELTS material. You can do that as well. So consistently, our here at EL, the host and admins will let you know that what to work on and how to achieve that. The next question is, how can I speak English fluently and confidently without translating from my mother tongue? This took me almost 7 to 8 years to understand. So for those who don't know, I'm also an international debater and an N1 champion. It was very difficult to sit in an international conference with students across so many dialects. There is someone speaking Russian English, there's someone speaking Chinese English, there's someone speaking the American English, the British, the Italian. You never know the situation you're at. I used to listen them, translate it to Hindi, what they said, okay, 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 and then translate my answer in Hindi, and then translate the whole section in English back again. That is the actual cycle. It's like what you take an input, transit the input for your usage, make your answer, then transit the output according to the machine, and then give the clear output. Sounds difficult? There is something known as Think in English. It's a Spotify podcast, but soon we are also bringing our Think in English section in our booklets. Don't worry, it's coming soon. I'm so sorry to give so many crumbs about it, but Think in English section is going to teach you how to think small things of our life, very small things. My mom told me to throw something or pour water in the flowers or gardening, etc. You can translate these answers in Hindi to English. Once you translate them, you will understand that by myself, there are a few words which are common that your brain will retrieve and give a solid answer to. Sadly, it will come with practice. Yes, I'm so sorry to say, Seeker, it will come with intense practice to you. Where to practice, how to practice, Think in English. EL is releasing its own Think in English book. But apart from that, for time being, when you read and record, we have daily sessions in News Nexus. You try to say something, right? Try to interpret it in Hindi as well, or whatever language you have. Your language and English. You understand this one thing carefully. When I was thinking in my language, this was the meaning to this answer. So you will relate and mix the realities together. That whenever something like this is asked to me, I will quickly answer it. Oh, I know. By the snap, I know how to answer it now. Next question, to what extent must a person study grammar in order to... I'll be honest. I hated grammar. Being at this level today, I can say that back then I couldn't. I hate grammar. I still make a lot of mistakes in grammar. I won't give you the wrong direction. I'm so sorry to say that. But once you're a very confident and good speaker, people don't care about the grammar. I'll be honest and I'll be open with you all. Grammar is to just build the foundation. But once the foundation is built and you build a crisp building upon it, nobody cares to what grammar you have. Even at debates and sessions and multiple MUNs or whatever section you are at. A lot of people just try to connect with you. Being confident speaker, being a speaker to connect with people, engage with people is enough. Grammar is like not even the icing on the cake. It's like that one little strawberry on the cake, right? That is the cherry on top. It's like the cherry on top. Nobody cares about grammar. But said before, foundation, base. If you don't have a base today of grammar, I'm so sorry, you might not have a good English later. So for those who are good speakers, amazing speakers, they know how to grapple their grammar. For those who are learning now, started to learn, it's my humble request, do not miss the grammar section. and said grammar section, Neeraj sir, something he has in his mind related to grammar section. I don't know. Soon he will reveal it to you guys. I'm not giving any more Easters. Do you guys know Spider-Man from the Tom Holland actor, right? I'm just like him. He's told not to say and reveal stuff. And I just come on whenever I come online, I just reveal stuff like we're doing this in the background, we're doing that in the background. And I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry to the admins and I'm so sorry to everyone saying that. But yeah, anyways, the last one is what makes your guidance valuable enough for us to follow when numerous renowned platforms established? Okay, that's a very good question, everyone. And I would like to point it out. Everyone do read this question by yourself as well. That why should you listen to me? And when there is numerous renowned platforms, established YouTube channels, teachers with experience are already available. To everyone, this is my answer to everyone right now. I will never ask you to stay in my session and listen to me. It's just my story is more relatable to you. Today, Seeker, I'm so sure you don't even know my age. And the day you know, you will be shocked to know that. But again, I'm not revealing that here. That's just a joke. But when I share my story with you, where I started from, I know a lot of people don't come from a very good school. I've been there. A lot of people don't have the access to very good English. I've been there. We all have the same beginning. Were all on the same starting line. Some people started ahead of us. A lot of people starts behind us. But guess what? We have 45 participants. I can right now bet 30 plus we all are on the same pace. Some are above us, some are below us, but majority are together. Now, if I can start from this line and finish it, or trying to finish it, you guys can do that too. People on YouTube have a lot of experiences. There are teachers twice my age, more experienced than me. There are Cambridge IELTS return teachers as well. I won't say you don't go to them and read them and study them. I myself sometimes in the timeline did so. But when I did so many things to be here today, I will tell you do the best things out of all. Like I remember I used to listen to so many people because I was so afraid I have to be the best in speaking and all that stuff. So to be there, I did a lot of mistakes. I still regret I don't want to share my regrets with you all. It makes me vulnerable, but I'll do share it. I used to spend so much time. Somebody told me on some channel, read and write. I used to write newspaper headings, and I truly believe it didn't help to me personally. It can help someone else. Now this comes with experience. I never say this, guys. If you have some problems, read a newspaper in English or take the News Nexus article and write it down. No, that's not required. You're just copying and writing. You're not doing anything else. You're just copy pasting it again. And I remember I used to do that for hours sitting and telling my parents I'm doing something better for my English, and it never helped. For months I did that. I don't want to accept it. I'm so sorry. I'm making myself vulnerable, but for months I did that. Never helps. There are many people saying many things. We have also heard, you will also hear, but we have wasted a lot of time being to what we are today here. That's why we're giving the most appropriate knowledge factor to you. Even the booklets that you see, right? That's a very good point. All our speakers have spent so much time reading. I would like to give a shout out to Ganesh sir. But I'm fine. Ganesh sir is one of the most experienced speakers around us. And for those who don't know, one of our upcoming booklets is completely being supervised by him since last few months. I found this one thing. He has a very crisp knowledge to a lot of things. And he told me this one day that Saksham, my knowledge is ocean. We will give you the best of it. Now, oceans has so many things to give. It has salty water, you don't need that. It can also have fresh water, you need that. So you don't just extract out everything out of the ocean, but the best and the most required materials. Our knowledge is like that. We have so many things to discuss. I told you, this conversation can go for hours. You might not get nothing. But we want to make it for few hours or few minutes for you to get everything. Seeker and everyone who has the answer, go study everywhere. Not a problem. But remember, you have very limited time to study, learn, and achieve, and then implement. Just studying something does not mean you're successful in life, unless or until you implement it. Just if you are a good speaker, if you're an average speaker, start implementing it in real life. University, if you're a college student, Go do some competition, join the festivals, fest what you call. I'll do hosting once, I'll try my best. Working professional, try to host something in your workplace. If not, try to engage with your companies, try to contact more companies, try to interview them, try to create network communication of yours. Communication of someone, I would like to say, me and Neeraj sir has this story. Someone one day was strangling with us and saying English is not required. I don't care about English. I'm not talking to him right now. I'm talking to everyone's concept in mind that why do I need English? I'm not saying Hindi or other languages are not required. But the world today has made one currency that is equitable to all. That is a dollar. Even if I'm in India, even if I'm in UK, I exchange in dollars, sadly, because that's world order. So the world order, even in India, from a single piece of government paper, the government filling form, to the very paper of your SIM card that where you write your details, right? The SIM card paper. I know you guys know. To the very question paper that you will solve. Everything is in English. So if the world order is towards English and you're going against it, you are a very tiny bit of person or mindset against billions in this world going against it. If I were you, I would have gone in the same direction and much ahead of other people. So to everyone, this is your choice. Either you go against it, being odd one out, but it will never benefit you. Or to be again the odd one out, but the better and the best among others. That is a very great meaning and deep meaning to it. But if you guys can interpret it, it's good. Which book should be intermediate study for improving? That's a good question. Actually, I myself am working with the EL booklet team. We're creating some intermediate question books for you as well. And there is again multiple advanced booklets coming out soon. So I think for time being, if I have to tell you, intermediate level, try to find the vocabulary section of the speaking books. If you're looking for intermediate speaking, try to find the vocabulary section that has very difficult of words. Even myself, like I had a thesaurus with me. So for those who don't know, thesaurus is collection of words and meanings. We wrote words out of a thesaurus. That level of intermediate English we have there. So don't worry. Uh, okay. Thank you, Gemini, for the hand. Yeah, there's a good thing that Gemini just mentioned. She said he has so good hand gestures. All interviewers out there who have interview tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year, hand gestures are important. If you're an architect, use your hands to design something. If you're an engineer, use something to design. Tell them. A lot of people sometimes don't even understand what you're speaking. They understand their hands. It might sound cringe. Most of the people might be laughing. What is he doing? Eye contact. Either you grab the attention by the hand gestures or by your words. If you have the talent by words, kudos to you. If you have the talent by hands and your gestures and your expressions, good. I tend to do all three of them. I don't want a single person just looking around. It should be all attention to me. So I speak, I express, and I use my hands. I'm not saying do all these three. Do one which you prefer. And there are no more questions, anyone. Why is that? Guys, questions, we need more. Today I said again, this might be a last time we can contact this and communicate like this. And for those who don't know why Saksham, why can't you join from UK and all that stuff? There are two reasons for it. Sadly, there are some signal jams, so we can't communicate through Telegram. But bigger reason is my schedule. How to start English speaking? You have arrived. There is something known as the Sashi. You have arrived. It means that you are here now. You're home. Welcome to the EL family. Every second that you invest in us is an investment for yourself. I'll repeat, everyone. Every second you invest in us, every second you invested in this session, which is almost an hour and 30 minutes, is an investment for yourself. So you won't regret anything. You're going to take something out of everything that we're teaching to you. No more questions, everyone? If any admins has any questions, I would love to take them as well, because I have not, sir, how to be a confident speaker coming from my guru itself. For those who don't know, Nikhil Vyas sir is my personal guru. I've heard him last year in one of the debates, and oh my God, I was silent. I said, in my history of being the best debater offline, I've never seen someone speaking so good online. And since it was my first time as well. So Nikhil sir, shout out to you. You helped me a lot. A lot of people don't know the back end journey, and I won't even share that. That's something between us. But there is so much more. There is so much I love learn from you, and there is so much more I have to learn from you. But answer to your question, if somebody is asking that, how to be a confident speaker, practice and open. Be open. It's fine. I've met introverted people who do not even say a word, and a lot of people might say that I'm introvert. I'm introvert. It's fine. But when they stand with the microphone on the podium, they are the best among the audience. Even is diary entry a good way to learn, write, speak, and execute? What do you say? Diary entry is something what we call journaling. So I myself do a bit journaling, and shout out to Utkarsh Priyadarshini. If you are not here, if you are there, shout out to you. For those who don't know why I'm giving the shout out, see in our last ELX. For those who don't know, again ELX was our previous premium premier event. Steve was talking about the importance of journaling, and I told this while hosting that I will definitely journal. I did journal. It helps. Correction to you, Raji, journaling can help rather than just diary entry because that's the same stuff. But again, if you make mistakes while doing so, I won't recommend you to do that. Okay, promoting a mistake can be leading to a bigger mistake because you're not correcting it. Any other doubts, anyone? Listening or speaking, which is more important? Listening or speaking? That's a very good question. Confidence seekers, everyone. The one who is seeking confidence, the one who is seeking good grab on English. Speaking is good. Even if you speak bad, try to speak. I've seen a lot of people talking in Hindi, Marathi, or whatever their native languages. They're very confident at speaking that language, but they don't know how to speak English. So if you are not bored by confidence, you need listening. Listening will help you to understand how can I speak English. But if you are already speaking English but not very good and I don't know should I speak or not, just speak. Sometimes when you question some things, you should do it. I will give a very basic example to you. My first hosting, and I'm not flexing, I'm not trying to uh, bore you with my stories, but my first hosting was when I was in my second grade. And that was the junior hosting for my annual function in my school. I said, no, I don't want to do it. I was the youngest selected back then. I didn't want to do it. I still remember my childhood memories are pretty strong. I didn't want to do it. I had a good conversation with my dad, and he told me it is important. Believe me or not. And I remember there is something known as stoked. People know. I had the microphone in my hand and I choked. I couldn't speak anything. That was my first time. But again, the first time can be the most difficult one. That day I understood when I have the microphone in my hand, I'll repeat this again for the third time. When I have microphone in my hand, the only thing people can do is to hear me. So why not I give the best to them? Period. Full stop. That's it. Have the microphone, then you have the responsibility. And I don't want to bore you guys. So as Spider-Man said, his uncle, with great powers come great responsibilities. You will learn it. Great power of speaking gives you great responsibility to handle it. Okay. Any other questions? So from where to start learning English after intermediate? If you're already intermediate, then I think you don't need to enhance it more. It will automatically be enhanced. I'll tell you how. Let's say you join normal sessions. I know I would like to give a great shout out to Tejas sir. So Tejas sir is one of my best hosts while having this conversation with him. He told me, Saksham, within the first 5 to 10 seconds of interview session, I can understand what kind of speaker the person is talking with. I'm talking to. Let's say tomorrow you join his session, Palak. He has the transition between beginners, intermediates, and advanced. If you're an intermediate speaker, he will ask you an advanced question because he wants to push you there. If you're an advanced question, like advanced speaker, I don't say I myself advanced. He told me you're a good speaker, Saksham. I went to a session. He told me there were some corrections that I did to you. And there were some corrections that nobody could ever point out in my speaking, which he did. So I'm not trying to market it, but our admins here knows the transition between being good, being better, and being the best. So they will tailor make the question for you. But since you that how to start learning, take this level a bit more. Listen to podcasts, difficult ones. Listen to British English. I know I should not be encouraging anyone to, but if and only if you are intermediate or advanced speaker, British English will help you a lot. It's like the pinnacle of speaking English right now. I won't say the best English is the Indian English, the best accent, but the most difficult one is British English and Australian ones. So, Palak, your next challenge is British English or Australia. If you try to overcome that, You're a good speaker. Anyone question? Any other questions? Can anybody over extend this session to everyone who has just joined or late to this session? This is my last session with EL for time being. I will be back, but after a break of 5 to 6 months. That's why today I planned to reveal who these Aksham is and to start this new cycle of having conversation one-on-one. So you guys can have interest to who are you listening to. Was I just a kid or was I just a young or old guy sitting in my room? No, this is the Aksham. This is the one talking to you. Okay. Any other questions? How can I come up with interviewing questions? That's a good way. If you're asking with respect to interviews, onlooker, then try to self-analyze you. Let's say if can I also know onlooker in the chat right now? What is your field of working right now? Like what the field are you in right now? Quickly just write in the chat. So I'll give a very good example that how you can address yourself in any sort of interviews. And if anyone wants to have like a taste of it, you can tell me my field is this. Tonight I'm here to tell you. Thank you so much, Nikhil sir. Very welcome. Yeah. But to everyone who wants to have a taste of how I can present myself in an interview, I can give a very quick brief about it. Give me your field and give me your name. So I'll tell you, I can mock that. I'm pursuing BBA in marketing field. Perfect. So when you represent yourself, remember this is a seller for you. Marketing people coming from marketing, sales, and products. Remember this one thing. You need to sell your best skills to this guy that you met. When you sit, be confident. As I said, body language works first. When you're done with it, onlooker, just a second. Onlooker, the thing you have to do is your marketing. So talk about how your journey began with your school, with your university, all the projects you did. Don't bore him. 2 projects, 3 projects. Then pause. But sir, what did I actually gain from these projects? Like these are all the theoretical stuff, right? Let me tell you the practicalities of what I learned. Now, what you did here, you changed and shaped the way you spoke for your projects. Those were theoretical and subjective, but now the objective and the real and the crisp part. The interviewers need questions. Before he asks you, you tell him this. Okay, onlooker? This is only one such example. Naturally, when you're talking about your internships, just don't bore him. I did 1, I did 2, etc. But then say, but sir, what were the meanings of those internships? And how can I be a best asset for you? So here is what I bring on the table. This is what my expertise is. This is one incident from my previous interview, which I can correct in yours. If you have worked in a rival company, I'll tell you this is a good fact. If you worked in a rival company, right? You can say, sir, I also worked in that company. And I've seen your IPO charts. I've seen your charts with these stocks. I know there are so many things that they do which we can implement in our way. Win the confidence of your employer. Mic drop. If you did this many things, right? It's hard that someone might reject you. Even after that, it might be your results and scores. So anything can happen from there. What other questions do you have? Do you know what real confidence is? First of all, are you getting these questions from ChatGPT Seeker because you're putting quotes in it? But do you know what real confidence is? Yes, I have seen. I would like to share an example. Recently, I went to my school for the 15th August flag hosting, and I saw the superintendent of police there. I saw him and I loved his confidence. That guy has great confidence, better than me, and something I was shocked to see. When he went on the stage, my heart shrunk because the way he was speaking. That is real confidence. That comes with not practice, that comes with position. Now, this is a new lesson, everyone. Once you reach a position in your life, right, you will gain that confidence at that moment. I don't want to flex or I don't want to present, but if I call Neeraj, sir, today he's in a good position. He has that inner confidence. People will listen to him. I myself listen to him, even with a greater confidence, but I just want to listen to him because he has that position to talk. So that is a different, and that is the real confidence, by the way, because you have a tag, you have an prefix, not a suffix, a prefix. People will listen to you. SP, superintendent, DSP. That is for IAS students, but if you're an ER engineer, PhD, doctorate, that's a different fashion. That's a different league. On very first day of my college during the orientation program, I walked up to the stage without any preparation and started singing Eminem's. That is not confidence seeker. That is called, um, I don't want to say that word, it's fine. But don't do that, everyone. It's not a good thing. Thank you so much, Phoenix. I'm pursuing BTech CSC and I want to go for data science. Sheen, okay, if that's correct with your name. So let's get into a bit of career counseling, a very short section. I know I won't bore anyone. For everyone in the CS field, today it's not about the skills. Sorry, it's not about the skills. I have read JP Morgan's interviews. I have read about uh, what was the name? Morgan Stanley. I've also read for Google, Microsoft. And I've seen one thing, people who are presentable, a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff. In India, we have the most talented people. Hats off. In Asia, I would say the entire Asia, China, uh, Japan, and all that places. But one thing that I saw is the presentation. That is what we are here for. If you don't present it to them, just keep it hidden, people won't know. Even if you're pursuing BTech CSC with data science, 100,000, what in India we call lakhs, a lakh of students are doing that. What makes you different from them? Presentation of it. I do some project. I'll give you an example. I was working on neonatal project. I did share it with Neeraj sir once. What makes me different? There were 30 plus people working on that. Why did I got selected with my team? Presentation. Something I had that they didn't. Something I showed to the judges that they couldn't. So you should always try to find that X factor, that factor that can get you inside to anywhere. You're the best. Thank you so much, offender. That stays with us. And there will be 5 panel members with 5 super brain mindset. How can I impress them with my answers, which they will ask? Very good question. I'll tell you for future, you cannot win everyone. You cannot win everyone's question, everyone's confidence. And this is for everyone I'm talking to right now. Even if I am there, let's say Nikhil sir is there, Samara ma'am is there, we 3 people are there. We have 3 different mindsets. We have 3 different ways to approach things. You can only win one person's confidence at max 2. You know what I do? I'll tell you to win for them, the one you can, grab them with your confidence. Because in future, since you said there are 5 super brains, even if one super brain can vouch, again, new word in your dictionary, everyone, vouch means to back you up. If they can vouch for you, right, you're winning. I'll tell you this one incident with me. We did went to Imagine Microsoft Cup. A lot of people can read about it. Imagine Microsoft. We sadly couldn't make it out of Indian nationals, and we were moved from the UK team. So how I won the UK nationals? There was this one person from the medical background, and I'm a medical AI researcher. I knew there were 3 more judges, and they won't listen to me because they don't understand medicine. So I focused and concentrated on the first judge. And guess what? Rule number 1 of interviews: do your homework best. I read everything about her companies, her specialization, and I was pointing out to her because I knew I'm going to win. There were so many more projects in the same section, but we were the only one to win. If you know, so what's the crux of the story, Forza? If you know who are you facing, try to find the commonality between all those one and try to research about that one. He will know and he might collaborate with you. He might just invest in you. I'm not saying this job wise. If you have a entrepreneur idea, or you are a founder, or you have a company, you just have an investor. So you never know, Forza. Okay, Raji, thank you so much. Great message. Um, I'm really reading that, don't worry. And sir, how can I improve my communication skills for college and future jobs? So to all college students, do not waste any more time searching the best methods. Just get in there. I'll tell you. If you are on the research phase, R&D, what I call it, research and development phase of yourself, stop that. It's your initial time now. Initiate anything. Initiate speaking in EL. Initiate learning things. And I will say join every session on Saturday and Sunday if you have off on those days, from the morning 7 a.m. Nexus session to the very late rapid fire session. And now I'm not trying to brand advertise it. You all know the model of EL. We're trying to change the pattern of your studies and your learning. Once you understand that where you lack and where you stand, don't do that. If I'm very good at grooming session, I won't join again. What I'm lacking here, I'm lacking at Nexus. I can't read good. Editorial sessions, I'm not doing those articles. Join those sessions, particularly again and again. Engage with the admins, engage with the host, try to get them on the same page with you. They will give you the right feedback. So to you, EL is the platform because you asked me on Telegram. That's why my question to you is EL. Outside that, my answer to you will be self proclamation. That is like work for yourself, self development. What we call in professional terms is soft skills, representation, leadership skills, uh, negotiation skills, etc., engaging skills. How this comes? This comes with practice. So, Payal, if you're new, or if anyone you're new to speaking, first grab the power of English and then try to transmit it into different sections. Just don't jump to being a good interviewer without knowing English. Okay, step by step, everyone. Do you think studying abroad is a good option after 12th? That's a good question. And that is the only one question I have faced entirely in my life. Okay, I will try to answer it for all. Unless and until, and please, I will be very unfiltered with this answer. I've seen people struggling a lot, the ones who are abroad. They miss their family, they miss their friends, they miss everything back in culture. The culture is completely different. I myself used to struggle a lot in my beginning months, but I got engaged into work. Somebody asked, how do you manage? I don't manage, I just push myself to work, so I don't feel anything. But for others, I'll just say you, if and only if you're very confident that you can live without the people around you. I'm not saying just because I'm just going to get away from my family and all. It's very difficult than it said. From the very morning that you wake up, getting a coffee, getting a tea, getting dressed for your university, traveling to university, cooking your own food for lunch, doing the university again, doing your assignments, coming back to your do your dorm, cleaning your dorm, dormitory, hostel, whatever, wherever you live, your PG. Now, after all this stuff, cooking again, and when you lay down in the bed, you have less than 6 hours to sleep. And then guess what? The whole cycle repeats again. This is what life is outside. I'm not demotivating. I'm not demoralizing anyone. I'm just saying be prepared for the worst. There are worst, and a lot of people face that. I myself do two jobs actually. I'm a researcher for my university and researcher outside. There is no time when you do jobs outside India. So I'll just say, just after 12th, if you're very excited, if you have the money and if you have the confidence to stay outside, do it. Of course, if you have good scholarship, I will definitely ask you. If you're a good scholar, definitely go study outside. But if you feel I lack, I lack inner confidence, I want to explore more, stay in India, stay in your home country, wherever you are. Learn to live in situations, not good, bad situations. Make yourself firm with your decisions. Don't be indecisive. Don't be confused. When you have no more questions to your self esteem and confidence, then you're ready to study outside. Because when you question yourself, you doubt yourself. In such situation, you can't go in any other country thinking I'm going to stay alone here. Just give me a second. Let me get some water. Yeah, but I'm loving this session. I love Q&A sessions. I love to interact with you guys. If anything else missing, you want to know, and I've also opened the option for even Neeraj sir if you want to know something, Nikhil sir, our admins, members. Today is the day. Don't worry if you think we are losing a gem. You're not losing a gem. There is so many more better speakers than me in this section. It is just I bring something different to the table, and they bring something different to the table. So it's not that I will stop learning and I will just take a break and all that. No, continue learning. And I would like to say something from my part. This is something I prepared in the morning while I was thinking to release my last session. Some says I'm leaving, you're leaving EL, you're leaving Telegram, all that stuff. I'll be back again. That's a different story. I don't know, by that time, the entire admin panel has changed. We have more sessions, we have less sessions, we have more event. What if we have our own voice assistant across EL? You never know, there's always something better here. But one thing I leave behind, and that is a legacy. A legacy to continue, a legacy to hold. You see these books have taken a lot of time for us as a team to finish. I won't say I was the only architect, but I was one of those architects. Again, the premium section you see, the one person continuously working aligned with me is Samara. I know we are seeing the greatest and the toughest battles, from recording it, from creating the best slides section. Which book? You just got the link for it. Um, Moolchan. You can click on the link and find it out. Thank you so much, Nick Tessin. Yeah, back to it. So we are not leaving anywhere. We'll be back again with something new next time and for your benefit. But today you have to promise one thing to yourself, everyone. And today I want to connect with everyone who is learning. I'm not talking to someone who is advanced and who is already done. To everyone learning, there is there are resources, there are correct people, and you are at the right position. Neeraj sir once said to me, if you're at the right place at the right time, but also with the right people, then only you can achieve something. What we are trying to give you the right place, environment, the right time of your day, whenever the time zone, whatever time zone you are at, and the right people, the admins, the hosts, then I think you deserve the best of everything. No one deserves to choose your deservation in life. Your designation is on you. So to everyone, promise this one thing to yourself. I will change myself because I've seen when I talk to people, I don't feel bad, I don't feel good. I just feel it's my aim to improve them. It's me who can improve them. So when you make that change for yourself, you are done. You will be the one driving your life. And you might see the new pattern of EL. Learn, evolve, achieve. When you learn, you evolve. If you don't evolve at that moment, you will never continue from the stage of learning to evolve. And when you evolve, then only you are closer to achievements. Try to follow that path. Try to think again. Learn, evolve, achieve. Think again. So to everyone, yes, ebooks are free. Why not? The sessions are free. The ebooks are free as well. Do not worry. So to everyone, I'll say one thing before I leave. Again, what I say all the time. This might be the last time, but again, this might not be the final time we meet. What comes around and goes around. What today here with us is our knowledge. With us, tomorrow will be our knowledge. With us, 4 months later will be our knowledge. So do not worry. And I'm not saying I'm just going anywhere. I'll be there one more time for the EL Courthouse that is coming this Saturday. You don't know what is going in the making. Again, I'm not trying to market it, but the organization team is putting a lot of efforts to it. So to everyone, once again, thank you so much for joining in. Yes, this is the Saksham. And before we end, I would love to know anyone who would like to come and talk to me. Anyone. This is your opportunity to talk. You can talk to me in one-on-one. So anyone, I think the mics are open for most of you guys. You can come up and talk to me. Anyone.
Thank you so much, sir. It was so fabulous and wonderful.
Yes, Priyanshu. And Priyanshu, do not stop yourself from learning. I know you're a great speaker. I know you'll miss my IELTS session, but remember, you can do it, okay? Yes, you were saying something and continue now.
Yes, thank you so much, Saksham. It means a lot that you decided to devote a specific time before you leaving India. It means a lot for us. It will be a great learning for all of us. And it also shows that how how pure your heart is. That that after some time you will be leaving from India, and you are very uh, you're very you have the propensity towards give your 100% to this group. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Phoenix. That's the least I could do. I say this again. That's the very least I can provide you guys with. Anyone else would like to talk, would like to ask any question in person? Because I had not received any question in person. I feel bad about it, guys. You can ask me, it's fine. I have no problem. I have no filter today, I told you. Anyone. Even admins. Samara ma'am, need us, so if you have any doubts.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for giving us the privilege to come up with some kinds of interesting questions. So first of all, I would like to say that because of your firm dedication, sir, like we are in this position and we are able to convey our thought more clearly furthermore explicitly. However, like if you weren't here to conduct this kinds of session, and we would have never able to enhance ourselves.
Thank you so much, Onluka. That means a lot. And I love the questions you asked. Again, we can stay in touch, but sadly I won't be able to connect more often after this, but I will definitely be there after a few months. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you. Again, anyone, this is your opportunity to seize it. And there is one more learning for everyone. Seize your opportunities, guys. Seize your opportunities. When there is an event, I want to be there. I'll try. Debate, I'll be there. I want to try. Try it. What can go wrong? And I just want to share it with all because I'm into a lot of organizing these days. I see a lot of people not participating. Opportunities are now set on the plates. You are the one to decide, should I grab it or should I let it go? Seize is another vocabulary, guys. Seize means to take something, to grab something. Seize your opportunity the moment you see. You never know because there are 39 people right now in the VC. If there are 10 spots to be filled, 20 people will think, should I or should I not? Out of those remaining 19, 9 people will grab. Out of those 10 people, they will be delayed to grab that. Think about it carefully. If something is now designed for you on the plate, take it. Do not leave it. Take it. What could be the worst? People will laugh. Let them laugh. People will judge. Let them judge. In EL, thank God and God grace, in EL community, we don't have people laughing and judging us. Thank you to all. You guys are lovely here. But in real life as well, what would the worst would go? My colleagues, my associates, my friends will laugh at me, right? They will laugh because they were not there. They laugh at their inferiority respect, not yours. Whenever they laugh, you laugh at them. That I can laugh at the stage. You can just be at the backstage. This mindset, you should cultivate this mindset within you. I'm not saying to be arrogant and all that stuff, but to cater negativities. Yeah, answering the person who said catering negativities, this is how you do it. Someone's laughing at me, laughing, oh, he's doing so much stuff. Why is he doing hosting for 10 hours? He's laughing because he never got the chance to. I did. Now the world knows. You can just laugh with 3 people when 200 people will clap on my ovation. This can be you. People can clap for you rather than 4 people laughing at you. I will say, let's take the applause from the 100 people. Think about this. And I'm giving you guys to think. Retrospect, that's a good teacher. I don't want to spoon feed. I want you to think for yourself. So retrospect, everyone. And said so, I think now we can officially, let me just check if any doubts are there. And they are not. If not, now officially I can take a break from sessions. And that's a good ending from my part. I have no guilt remaining that I couldn't show my all the EL family, my face. My face reveal is still pending. Indeed, I did that, but again, that's a picture and you can't see me in a video recording. And I was so happy considering this idea, and I would give a great shout out to 3 people. First of all, Pranjali ma'am for doing that face reveal. So I've thought, okay, I'm confident enough to do so. Samaira ma'am to backing me up and tell me, Saksham, you got it. Chill. Because I was a bit nervous what people's reaction would be. Will they laugh? Will they react absurd or something? But you guys are really supportive. Thank you so much. It means a lot for me. And thirdly, Neeraj sir, who when I told him, and it's a funny fact, I told him, should I do face reveal? He said, why not? You are a host, you can do whatever you want. Go face reveal, don't go without face reveal, it's fine. But it will create an impact. And I was like, sir, you said it right. I'll do the face reveal. So again, great shout out to you guys as well. You supported me throughout it. Thank you so much to everyone. And Moon, Moon, what is your question? Where are you going? Without complimenting me. Okay. If you are coming to UK, then don't forget to contact me. I'm living in Birmingham, Eggbaston. You can find. I'm looking for roommates. Will share. Okay, roommates and sharing. Soon you might find a selfie of me and Moon together. If possible, we'll definitely try to meet up, Moon. Don't worry. But you can find me in University Birmingham if you are traveling sometimes. And you will always find me with a microphone or with ambassadors. I'm always like this in my real life as well, speaking and yapping. But said so, everyone, thank you so much for joining today's session. I really appreciate your patience to listen to me, hear to me. That is a lot. It takes a lot. Even person like me, I can't sit 2 hours and listen to everyone. If you listen to me, that means I have meaning in your life. So thank you. And I'll just depart. This is my best time to take a departure. Everyone, take care. Have a great night. Have a fantastic, jolly night. Fantastic weeks. This week we have our EL courthouse. Enjoy that. And later weeks, yet I won't be here. I know EL is always on its supreme and delivers when it is required. Okay, guys, then thank you so much. Have a great night ahead.